What's good, guys? We're back again with another video. Today I really want to grade some of the sophomores from last year's draft class. I feel like last year's draft class is really underrated. But in this video, we won't be doing like every single player of last year's draft class. I picked a certain few. Some other guys I will talk about just to get out the way. But I feel like last year's draft class was really good, really underrated. Some guys have been disappointing to some, and some guys has overachieved. So, hey, what's up, y'all? Over 87% of you guys don't subscribe to me. Please subscribe, man. You see the goal we're trying to reach. We're trying to reach this by March 1st. You might be asking, what is March 1st? That is my birthday. Y'all birthday present to me would be giving me 1,000 subscribers. So please subscribe. If you are subscribed, share with your friends. That will help out. Peace out. Let's see how it looks. So some guys I really want to get out the way. K. Cunningham, of course, his second year. Before he got hurt, I would say it was around a B. But then he got hurt. He's out for the season, which kind of sucks. But I would give him a B. Jalen Suggs, I would give him like a C. He's been very injury prone. And I think with him being out, he's going to find himself out of their rotation because Orlando, if you don't know, Orlando has a really good team. And he was starting at some point, but now he's gone. And now they've slid Bobo into the starting lineup. And now they got like a Markel, Franz Wagner, Bobo, Paolo, Wendell Carter lineup. Then off the bench they got Cole Anthony. Like, they have a really deep team. And he already lost the starting spot. I believe I've seen Jamal Mosley say Bobo's locked for the starting lineup. So he already lost that spot, and you're not taking Markel's spot. Since Markel's been back, they've been a really good team. But other than that, he hasn't even been impressive to like even think about taking none of their spots. And I think he's going to find himself not only out the rotation, but out there playing for the future because they're going to have another good pick. And I'm believing they're going to take a guard. I think they're done with these big, long forwards because they have enough. They need that star guard. This is a guard draft. So I feel like if he don't step it up, he's going to find himself out of their future plans. Other guys like Davion Mitchell, I would say he's around like a C. For him to be like one of the best defenders in the league, I would love for his offense again to catch up, but it hasn't. Zaire Williams in and out the lineup. James Bouknight hasn't been given the opportunity. You should have known that with their new coach. I think it's Steve Clifford. He never played the young guys, so I pretty much knew that. Moses Moody, just the wrong team in my opinion. Corey Kispert has been pretty good. I would give him like a B. Alperen Sengun, he's been good, but he hasn't been given the right opportunity for him to flourish because I believe he'll be one of the best guys in this class when it's all said and done. So I would give him like a B. Yeah, the rest of you guys not really worth talking about. Bones Highland's been decent. Quentin Grimes, I would give you an A. You took Cam Reddish spot. You're not letting it go. You fit in. Even in the second round, Herb has been kind of underwhelming, but he has been in and out. I think Ayo's been decent. So that's really the guys that's just I'm not going to spend too much time on. But the first guy I really want to talk about is Jalen Green. As it stands right now, Jalen Green is averaging 21 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, shooting 41% from the field, and 32% from the three. Now, that's why I would give him around like a B. But like if he was shooting better from the field, he's an easily A+. I think other than Franz, I think it's between him or Evan Mobley for who has been the best sophomore this year. My whole thing with him, I just really need him to be efficient. And I think that's also a problem he had last year, and it's a problem he's going to have until they actually get a real point guard. To me, it's a difference between a person that averages a lot of assists and a real point guard. I think KPJ has done the right steps to become a decent point guard, but I wouldn't label him as a real point guard for the team, a person that's able to set everybody up, a floor general type guy, a guy that Jalen Green for this point in his career is going to need because he's not a guy he can create for himself, but it won't be consistent if he's doing it all the time. He needs a guy that's able to set him up. So I would rank him like a B. I think he has made some major improvements, not only in his scoring, but in his finishing around the rim. I think his playmaking has been better. I think his defense has been better. So I would give him a B. I still think down the line, Jalen Green is going to be a future superstar. Even with an inefficient year, I still think he's one of the best scorers we have in this league. All around, not just number-wise. He's one of the best scorers. Watching, he's one of the best scorers we have. So I'm really high on Jalen Green. So next we got Franz Wagner. Franz is averaging 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. Now, the numbers are really good. But I think watching him, it just feels like Franz's impact is way more than the numbers. Like, to me, he's been the best sophomore. I'm giving him an A plus damn near. I think he's made some major improvements in this game. One improvement I would say is the biggest is the playmaking. His playmaking has been really, really good. The numbers won't show. Like I said, 3.5 assists. It doesn't seem like that much, but to me, he's been a really good playmaker, especially in the pick and roll. And his shot creation has become a lot better. That's something he lacked last year, but I feel like he's gotten a lot better at that. His defensive stats, he's one of the most versatile defenders in the league. And I'm not really a big stat guy, so I don't know how good the opponents are shooting over him, but watching him, it doesn't seem like they're very effective because he's a pretty good defender, and that's something I didn't really think because he's not as athletic, so he's pretty slow on his feet sometimes. But his recovery time is really fast, and he is long, so he's just able to recover pretty fast on a lot of people. So I really love Franz, and I love the duo with him and Paolo, and then they're going to get another draft pick. You got the mystery of Bobo. Orlando's future is really scary, and I'm also a huge Markelle guy, a very huge Markelle guy, and the fact that he's came back and this team has been going crazy. Their future scares me. It really does, especially with a person like me who has a team in East that I love, which is the Cavs. I think in the future this team will be a nemesis for the Cavs because they have the perfect type of team to beat us when it comes down to it. So, for me, Franz Wagner, like I said, he's been the best sophomore by far. Now, next we have Evan Mobley, and Evan Mobley is averaging 14 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists, shooting 55% from the field, 22% from the 3. Now, to me, I would give him also a B. Now, if we were going strictly off defense, he'll be an A. I think Evan Mobley has made the steps to be a top 10 defender in the league. I think he should be in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation. I think him and Jared Allen should be in that conversation. They're both two of the best defenders we have in this league. Versatility-wise, I think Evan Mobley has taken an even bigger step as far as guarding guards around the perimeter. Now, when we get to the offensive game, that kind of lowers his grade down to a B because he hasn't been bad, and he hasn't hurt us in any way. But it's the IQ far as he's shooting a lot more threes this year. I don't understand that. I understand him wanting to spread that game out, but give me 1 3 a game. Shoot 1 3 a game. It's times where he's shooting 3. It was the other day he shot 3 in one half. Like, you don't have to do that. You don't. That's why he's shooting 22% of the 3. The free throws also has been bad. He's missed some clutch ones too. That's made me really mad. But I also love how he's added the post game. I love how he added the post fade. And that's something that when it becomes consistent, that can be really scary because my whole impression with this team is when we're starting to win championships, he's going to be, if not our best player, he's going to be our second best player. I would love for him to be our best player because I feel like he got it all. He does. I think his passing has been fucking elite this year. Like, it's some highlights I can show y'all that didn't end in scores because he's passing it to the corner. And y'all know we have freaking Isaac Okoro and Lamar Stevens in those corners. But I feel like his passing has been really good for a big this year. And I think he's made some obvious improvements. So I'm going to just give him a B. I don't want to be super biased, but he's been really good this year. It was at a point when Jared Allen was out where he could have been labeled as an all-star because at that time, when Jared got out, we was like a 6th ranked defense, and then he helped us get to the 1, and now we're never leaving the 1, it seems like. So, shout out to Evan Mobley, man. I would give him a B for sure. Next, we have Jonathan Kuminga. Now, when you look at the stats are pretty awful. 7.4 points, 3.2 rebounds, 1.7 assists, shooting 47% from the field, and 25% from the 3. But I'm going to still give him a B. And I might give him a B+. I feel like this year he solidified his role as a piece off the bench. Not only that they have, but they need. Because his defense has been really, really good this year. I can't tell you all stats. Just watch games. His defense has been good. And in this stretch, when Andrew Wiggins and Steph Curry has been out, he stepped his game up tremendously. And it sucks that he just went out with an injury. But I feel like his improvements has made him so a legitimate guy off the bench that they're going to need come playoff time. I feel like he's had those moments where he's come out here and dropped 25 points when Stephens out or when Clay and Wiggins is out. I feel like his offense has gotten better. That's why I was so surprised when I looked up the numbers that they were so bad. But I think he's made an obvious improvement, and I think he solidified himself as one of their pieces in the future. Because I remember a couple months ago, people were thinking about trading him and James Wiseman. I think now he's untouchable. He's untouchable. You might think that's a little 15-game stretch. No, he's made some very fucking amazing improvements that they're going to need. So for me, I'll give him a B. I've been really, really impressed with Jonathan Kuminga. I'm not gonna lie. Next, we got Josh Getty. Now, Josh Getty kind of becomes an afterthought, like when you're watching the Thunder, because Shea is he's so amazing. But I don't think people realize Josh is having a really good season. It's really going under the radar. Averages 15 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting 47% from the field, damn near 35% from 3. And over these last couple games, like the last 5 games, he's been really, really consistent. And he's been scoring at a good clip, averaging 18 points. I've been really impressed with Josh Giddey. Really impressed. And I would say before the season, I wasn't so sold on that backcourt. But I'm really fucking sold. Because I didn't think they played well off each other in the first year. But we weren't able to see that because it was at times where Shea was out and Josh Giddey was in. Or Josh Giddey was out and Shea was in. But now we've seen for this first, 20 to 25 games, they've been playing together. And the Thunder have been surprisingly pretty good. Damn near a play-in team. So I've been really impressed with Josh Giddey. I would love him to be a better defender, but I think it's going to come. I think they have a scary young core, especially the way Jalen Williams. I damn near want to make another video about Jalen Williams. But like I said, Josh Giddey's, I would give him a B. And I know I'm giving a lot of B's because I don't think a lot of sophomore. Like I said, this is a really good sophomore class. Nobody has been disappointed. And I think he's been really one of the best and most consistent ones out of this class. So shout out to Josh Giddey. Just had that big game yesterday. Now, next we got Trey Murphy, averaging 12 points. 4 rebounds, shooting 48% from the field and 42% from the 3. And he's just showing why he was one of my guys coming out the draft class. One of the best shooters we have, not only as a sophomore, but in this league. One of the best shooters we have. And I think he's even taking steps with his what am I trying to find? What word am I trying to find? Oh, his on-ball scoring. I think he's been a better on-ball scorer this year. It's still more steps that need to be made as far as like self-creation. But I feel like games with BI's out, when Zion and BI's out, he's taking some steps to not only be their secondary, but some nights be their primary scorer. One thing I want from him is to be a better defender. He was a good defender in college. He has all the tools. Very, very athletic. Fast. He's not a slow guy. I just give more effort. Give more effort because he obviously has it. And it's surprising that this team is still a top defense and he hasn't been one of their best defenders. So I'm really excited from what I've seen from him. I would give him also a B. And he's perfect for this team. Perfect. They're going to need him when it's time to make a trade because it's going to be time. I'm putting Herb Jones in that package before I'm putting Trey. Now, Trey is going to be the most valuable one, but Trey just fits the stars way better. Way better. Because I'm not expecting him to be a negative defender for the longest, and I'm expecting his shooting is always going to be there, and that's what they need. So I'm really fucking high on Trey. Really high. Really high. I think he can be a star in a different situation, but as of right now, I would give him a B. Now, lastly, we got Scotty Barnes. Scotty's averaging 14 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting 45% from the field and 30% from the 3. Now, I want to spend the most time on this one, and it might even not be that much time. But I don't think Scotty Barnes has been as bad as people like to say. And it's a reason why I say that because I feel like last year he overachieved. If you go to all of my Scotty Barnes videos about last year, even before the draft, I didn't think he was going to be that good of an offensive player until like his 3rd or 4th year. I think it was going to take some time. He overachieved a lot in his rookie year, and I don't think people realize that. He shot it pretty good from the 3, shooting at 32%. That's good for Scotty Barnes, the guy that's not a shooter. I believe he averaged around 17 points. And I feel like he overachieved a lot, and I don't think people really realize that because they just started watching Scotty. I think he wasn't supposed to be that good his rookie year. I'm going to keep reiterating that. I said it all last year. I'm going to say it again this year. He wasn't supposed to be that good off the bat. And I think this year, he's out of everybody, he has had the sophomore slump. But a lot of people are over-exaggerating it, saying like they should have traded him for KD, which I ain't gonna lie, they might have, they might have, but he still is a future star. I still believe that. It's nothing that he's shown me this year that's making me not believe that. Especially this last stretch of games he's been on, like these last 10 games, he's been pretty good. I don't think people haven't been saying that as of late, as far as him having a sophomore slump. But I felt like at that time people were starting to overreact. Because, like, he had a really, really good rookie year. Like, nobody expected him to win Rookie of the Year. I had him top 3 in my predictions, but I didn't expect it at all. I thought it was going to be a 2-man race, and he ended up winning. So, I'm not one of the guys that think Scotty's been having a bad year. Just like everybody else, I'm going to give him a B. I think he's been after Pascal Siakam, he's been arguably their second best player. Because OG on offense he's one of the best in the world on defense, but on offense in that half court, it's been bad. And I think he's been consistent all around. He has had some off games, but he's been consistent all around. I'm just waiting to the point where they get two shooters, one being a center and one being a 3 or 2. And Gary Trent can be that guy, but he's very on and off. And just let Scotty run the point, because that's when they're most effective. When Fred VanVleet's not on the floor and Scotty and Pascal on the point, that's when they're effective. That's when, because it helps everybody else in the half court, because not a lot of people on that team. It's only one person that has half court game, and that's Pascal. But when you let Pascal and Scotty Barnes set everybody up, it just works well. Like, it works well from Freddie, because he's not chucking. He's not trying to create his own shots. He's letting everybody else create it for him. That's why I can't wait, because that's when we're going to see the real Scotty. So for me, I would label him as a B. That's it, man. I feel like I covered all the important sophomores, no offense to people I didn't cover. But let me know what you think. Let me know if you got any different grades for them. Like I said, it's a really good class. So I wasn't going to label anybody under a B, to be honest. It hasn't been somebody that I've had super faith in that has been underwhelming this year, not in my opinion. So let me know what you think of this video, man. I will be back with more uploads later this week. Peace out.